The wonderful individual that I would like to introduce to all of you. She has really been a godsend for so many people, and she's affectionately known as the Black Fairy Godmother. And she's been featured on almost every television talk show and news outlet, from the Kelly Clarkson Show to Good Morning America. She's a New Jersey native who pretty much is the face of a network of guardian angels who has come to the rescue of thousands of women led families living in poverty and experiencing domestic violence. And her motivation is to help women in crisis, and it's deeply personal to her because she went through that herself. And she has a wonderful organization called the Black Fairy Godmother Organization, and she had a wonderful event on October 30th, actually, which was a great event that featured great Antonio Fargas, the great actor, as well as the great Howard Hewitt, singer. And she's really raised so much money to help young women and help families be able to deal with adversity. It's my pleasure and honor to introduce Miss Simone Gordon on SMTA. How are you, Simone?
I am blessed, and thank you so much for having me this evening.
Yes, yes, indeed. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. And I want to, ask you to please share your story to the audience, and how it inspired you to be able to, to inspire others and be able to help others be able to get on their feet like you got on your feet.
As we all know, there's plenty of big nonprofits out there that are not socially based in marginalized communities where
Mhm.
we go to get help. It's black and white on the website, but when you fill out an application, you don't never hear from them again. And that was my situation when I had lost, my job. I had a wonderful family who supported me, but I still wanted to be that type of, young adult to be more independent because that's the way my family taught me to be.
Mm.
I filled out a couple applications, and my son at the time was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. So he was on a waiting list for the Children's Hospital. They wouldn't get back to me. So I got frustrated, and I met a group of women who actually stepped in to make some changes to that. One stepped up and contacted the hospital to make sure my son received the therapy that he needed. And another woman by the name of Kimberly, her and her husband helped out with me going back to school. So I decided all of the blessings that these strangers that I never met gave to me, I want to pour back into my community. And that's where it started.
Where are you born and raised in New Jersey? What's your background and everything? Where you from?
Yes, I'm born and raised in East Orange, New Jersey by two loving parents, and I have two brothers, an older brother and a younger brother. So yeah.
Wow, amazing, amazing. And now the Purple Diamond Awards. I had the honor of being there and seeing Antonio Fargas, aka Huggy Bear, you know, and also the great Howard Hewitt, one of my favorite singers, Shalimar, him and Jody Watley, and everything. Like I date myself, knowing that music, but wow, but no, talk about this was the second annual Purple Diamond Awards. So talk about the process of getting that all together and being able to get so many people to support your cause.
It was a headache, but it was well worth it, especially with all the survivors that I had saved. Many of them flew across the country to be at the Purple Diamond, and we got it done. Many boutiques, many makeup artists, hair artists, many organizations chipped into the Purple Diamond Awards and made it happen.
Building a non-for-profit organization is tough, and as you said earlier, there are a lot of organizations out there. So what is the process that you follow to make your organization stand out and be able to really get more eyes and more attention to it?
You have to make sure that you have to put your all into it. You have to be willing to get your feet and your hands wet. You have to network. You have to be authentic. Once you are authentic and people know that your heart is truly in it, the donations will come in, the followers will come in, the supporters will come in, and it takes a long, long time. I have been doing this for 8 years, and I just formed the nonprofit December 2020 because I was just fundraising all over the place on social media until one of my followers gifted me on Christmas because I was fighting COVID and stated, "Let me
Oh,
gift you this 501c3." Yes. And when she done that, That was the best Christmas gift ever. And I
Wow.
formed the foundation. As soon as I formed the foundation, Tory Burch and Upworthy stated, "Hey, I heard you want to create a college fund for single mothers who want to go back to school after experiencing trauma. We want to collaborate." And I said, "Let's do it," and we done it. So
Wow.
yes, just understand there's going to be a lot of heartache. There's going to be a lot of pain. There's going to be days where you just want to just say, you know what? I don't want to do it anymore. But you got to hang in there because don't forget it's for the community. And we need more nonprofits that really are willing to rebuild everything that our ancestors have fought for.
That's deep. And who are your inspirations? Who are the people that inspired you, the leaders that inspired you in our culture?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really look at politicians and celebrities as leaders. I look at all of the mom and pop shops. I look at our aunties, our uncles, our church leaders, our school teachers. Those are the actual leaders.
Hmm.
And it
Hmm.
might sound kind of funny, but most of the people that are serving our community are leaders to me. And that's
Wow.
how I look at it.
Wow. And name those
Those are
people.
my inspirations.
Yeah, name a couple of those people for
Um,
sure. Yes, indeed.
I'm going to be honest, my grandmother was a leader.
Hmm.
Um, Women and men that I grew up with in the neighborhoods were leaders. Colin Powell was an amazing leader, even though he was a man of power.
Hmm.
Um, there's so many that I can name, but those were actual leaders and I look up to because they
Wow.
believed in serving the community and they actually stuck to their word. And sticking to your word is it's hard to come by, especially when people just come around during the end of the year to give a free turkey or toys. Well, what about the rest of the months? What are you doing to actually make an impact? So I look
Yes.
at those things.
Yes, that's a great point. Here with the great Simone Gordon, Black Fairy Godmother, her organization, she's been able to raise tons of money to help women-led families that are dealing with poverty and domestic violence. And now, Simone, talk about like the people you've met and the people you've helped. Give us a story of someone that has really been able to turn the corner with all the negative experiences that she had and made it positive based on your help and tutelage.
I'm not sure if you met any other woman at the Purple Diamond Gala, but I have one, and her name is Amanda. She just came up from North Carolina. She has two children, aged 2 and 5, and traveled all the way to New York City to escape her
Wow.
abusive husband. Was homeless, living in New York Penn Station, but finally got into a shelter. She met me through seeing me on Channel 11 News and just said, "I just want to write to this woman and see if she can help." Make a long story short, she got in touch with Angela Ellaby because she was at her wits' end and
Yeah,
she just
Angela.
needed a miracle.
Hmm.
Mr. Angelo says, "Simone, I need you to talk to this young lady because she's very upset. She has no family and she left a domestic violence situation." I contacted the young lady. I was in class and I know I should have been focused on school, but anytime my publicist contact me and tell me to reach out to somebody who needs somebody to talk to, I said, I'm going to be that person to listen. And all the young lady wanted was for someone to listen. And she
Hmm.
said, "I don't have toiletries and food." I said, "Oh, that's easy. What else you need?" "I need a place to stay." "Oh, that's easy." She said, "Just like that?" I said, "Just like that." I made my phone calls. She will be moving into her new apartment on December 1st. And there was another organization that
Wow.
partnered up with me, and we're putting her into pharmacy technician school at a local community college. And she starts on November 15th. And she was at the Purple Diamond Awards. We went ahead and gave her a makeover to make her feel welcome and well, and to
Hmm.
understand that there are actual people out there that love and support you.
This is mostly like a sports show. And I wanted to ask you, like professional sports organizations, they help causes like yourself. So have you spoken with local teams like the New York Knickerbockers, Brooklyn Nets, or the New York Giants and New York Jets that can be able to help your cause? Because they would be interested in your cause for sure.
I have actually wrote letters to those teams, those organizations,
Mhm.
but it seems to me at times when a lot of grassroots organizations like myself get defeated, it's because of the fact that most big leagues or organizations, especially sports figures, they go towards a lot of the big nonprofits that's already established and have names
Mhm.
versus grassroots organizations that are in the, that are in
Trenches.
the churches and the
Mhm.
community. But I'm not going to give up because I'm still going to be that black fairy godmother, and I'm going to make awareness that more of these big companies, these athletes, these politicians, these singers, these actors need to go towards where a lot of the grassroots organizations are at, because they're serving communities. Because when you go to some big nonprofit organizations, you are paying mostly salary for
Mhm.
the president, the executive directors. The board members don't see that money. Many people don't see that money. We had a woman 2 weeks ago that was in a fire, burnt out. She went to an organization. They housed her. I mean, I can't say the organization name, but they housed her kids in a hotel for 2 days. After the 2 days, that's it. You're on your own. Me,
Mhm.
they had to come to me. We housed them for a month, raised money for them to get a new apartment, and they will be moving in shortly. So, there's a lot of politics. I just wish that more people would look into the communities that they grew up with and partner with a lot of grassroots organizations so that they can hear the people. We shouldn't have to go to meetings all the time to voice our opinions on what's going on. And I know that we can't solve everything, but we could at least try. And look at the 60s and 70s, how our ancestors had came together with the little that they had to make things work and to be happy. That's what I'm trying to bring back. Is mostly community.
No, that's what's important. That's what's important. And so, please share what's next with Black Fairy Godmother, your organization, because there's so much going on with it. And yeah, please share what's next with what you got going on. Yeah, especially going into the holidays and then in 2022.
Every year we have something that I created called Wishlist Angels. And what it is that there are many marginalized families across America that experience hardship during the holidays, right? So,
Hmm.
when we were growing up, we always write letters to Santa on what we want. And at time, our parents can't afford it. So, what I established is wish list angels, where the families or the children that are in the families would create a wish list of items that they need or want. They will create an Amazon or Target list. They will share that list with our organization, and we will partner with a donor that's willing to share that list on their social media platform and make sure that that family gets Christmas.
Mm.
Um, we started off as having 100 families last year to up to 324 families, not just children, but families rewarded
Wow.
Christmas. We partner up with the OWN network, who actually, yes, Oprah's OWN
Wow.
network
Yes.
is right on social media. They adopted 50 families where we were able to give children beds, coats, shoes they wanted. One young girl received a piano. One gentleman received hearing aids. So the list
Wow.
goes on. These are wishes. And yes, there are a lot of nonprofits where you can go to a toy drive, but it's nothing like a kid getting a wish and having a parent smiling, knowing that they have done something for their child to get that wish to make that wish come true.
Wow, that is amazing. You're such a godsend, Simone, and what you're doing, and anything I can do to help, for sure. I know I'm planning to make. Will be making a donation to your organization, for sure, myself personally, and I wanted to also I want to definitely plug your website and everything. So Simone's website, Simone Gordon, the Black Fairy Godmother. It's the Black Fairy Godmother, the Black Fairy Godmother.org. Make sure to go on her website to check out what's going on with her. Also, her Instagram is the Black Fairy Godmother is the Instagram handle, and her Twitter handle is at the Black Fairy G. The letter G is in go one. So at the Black Fairy G1. And wow, Simone, thank you for your time, and thank you for everything that you're doing. And it was a pleasure to be at your event, and pleasure to finally meet you as well. I'm glad, and the great PR extraordinaire, Mr. Angelo Ellaby, were able to link us.
And thank you so much for having me, and just thank you for all you do as well on your platform.
All right, thank you so much, Simone. You take care. You be blessed for sure.